Hi, I'm Bailey.
And I'm Marin.
For our project, we created an experiment. This experiment brings in cross-curricular elements from the class psychology.
Our experiment aimed to understand the relationship between greed and generosity, which is a common theme in the book The Grapes of Wrath.
We hope the experiment would help us answer the driving question: what is more powerful, greed or generosity?
To find inspiration for our project, we searched YouTube, and we found a video of a man who presented 3 strangers $100 and gave them a limited amount of time to decide unanimously who should get the money.
I need this money. I don't have no money. I got a bunch of kids. I'm supporting. I have 1 child, but I help 10.
It's up to
And
you
they
guys.
didn't
You
say
guys have to have a
anything.
conversation.
They're not
What do
even
you think?
talking. Let me tell you something. We need gas.
Don't convince me. Sheila,
all these
don't
kids.
convince me, Sheila.
I'm just trying
They
to tell
gotta-
you. You know I need this money. You
can't
got
get
a nice
away.
jacket
I
on.
wouldn't.
Look, you even got boots on. You
I
don't
do,
need no
but
money. I
look
need
how
some of
beaten
the
up
money,
they are.
okay?
The shots are up. Give her the money.
I think you're right.
I agree with the Aussie.
Thank
We decided to do a similar experiment on a smaller scale to test the students of Voyager Academy High School. Before the experiment, we had all participants sign consent forms saying that they were okay with being a part of the experiment and filmed.
We got 3 groups of 3 and presented them with different desirable objects. We gave them 1 minute to unanimously decide who should get the money. And afterwards, we had each participant complete a short survey.
From a psychological perspective, our experiment needed to follow the scientific method with a proper research question and hypothesis.
Our research question is similar to our driving question. Which is more powerful, self-interest or altruism?
And our hypothesis, we concluded before the experiment, was that Voyager students would be more greedy and self-interested than generous and altruistic.
Now, let's see if our hypothesis was correct. The desirable object for the first group was a $20 bill. So, here we have $20.
Yeah.
And we're going to play a little game here where you have 1 minute to decide who gets the $20 out of the 3 of you. And
Only one person can get the $20.
You have to all decide on who gets it. And
All
if
agree.
you can't decide, we get the money. But if you can all agree on the one person who gets the money, that person will take the $20. And this is legit. You actually get the money.
Yep.
So I'm about to put on the clock 1 minute, and then you have 1 minute starting now.
Alright, so what we could do is we give it to one person, like I know you guys are like teams, right? And you guys have cars, so you guys could go off, split the money. So one person would get the money, split it amongst yourselves.
Okay, who gets it? Okay, so Najee, what's gonna keep you from just spending all that money for yourself and not giving it any to them? Your conscience. And you believe that Najee will give you your fair share of the money?
I think she could.
She has the opportunity to.
Yeah.
We never forgiven either of them when they're just taking it.
Never forgive it.
It's not like you need it. Gosh.
I wanted it.
I need it.
Why do you need it more than him though?
Because I'm starting my college brokenness now.
Well, so is that.
Yeah.
Well, how is his college brokenness different from your college brokenness?
I have to pay for it.
Oh, you can pay for it.
We did the same thing with the second group, but their desirable object was a bag of candy.
And go.
Maybe there's not much chocolate. Oh, does that have Kit Kat in it?
Oh, it's got all those in there.
You don't want? No. You can have it.
Okay. You want a patty?
Sure.
Okay, that took like 12 seconds. Okay, well, congratulations. Now,
Then we did the experiment for a third and final time. For the third experiment, the desirable object was a mystery box, and none of the participants knew what was inside the box.
go.
Well, I don't really need. I don't want it. And Austin, you take it.
Yeah,
Why am I the test of your body? Well, I'm not trying to be no test.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
She can have it. Take it.
Okay!
And inside it is Walmart headphones.
They are Bluetooth, very expensive headphones.
$10 whole.
Wow.
For you.
Oh, thank you.
Now let's unpack what we just saw.
The experiments didn't go exactly as planned.
The first group wisely decided to split the money, which we didn't anticipate. Within seconds, the group decided Najee should take the money.
Najee promised to spend the money on food for the three of them. But did she really?
Brandon, did Najee share her money with you?
No, she has not.
In the second group, Matt had no interest in the candy,
No.
and Leo was more than happy to give it up to Patty.
You can have it. Okay.
The third group didn't want the mystery item.
I don't really need, I don't want it. Yeah.
Tatum reluctantly
I'll take it. I'll take it.
took the mystery box after offering it to the other two participants.
Austin didn't take the prize, saying,
Why am I the test of everybody? No, I'm not trying to be no tester.
perhaps if he had known what was in the box, he wouldn't have been so apprehensive about accepting the box.
Let's look at what they all said on their surveys. To sum it all up, Group 1 was pretty generous and found a way to make everyone happy. They said that the money was pretty important to them. When we asked what was more powerful, greed or generosity, they all said greed.
Group 2 didn't have much motivation to get the bag of candy. They said that the bag of candy was kind of important to them, but not really. When we asked them the driving question, they all said generosity was more powerful.
The third group was very unmotivated and had no interest in getting the mystery object. They said that the object wasn't important to them at all. 2/3 of the participants stated that generosity was more powerful than greed.
In conclusion, the students of Voyager Academy were quite the opposite of Sheila. Nobody openly fought for the object with as much greedy passion as Sheila showed. When asked if it had been something they wanted, the money and candy groups both agreed they would have fought for it more. However, 8 out of the 9 participants said they did not deserve the desirable object more than anyone else in their group.
The students were all generous, more generous than we expected. We asked them the driving question, and 5 out of 9 said generosity was more powerful. The experiment had its many flaws, but after analyzing the reactions and responses of the participants, we would say that generosity is more powerful than greed.
The experiment also answered our research question, and we found that Voyager students are more altruistic or selfless. Our hypothesis that students would be more greedy was not supported by our experiment and survey.
Overall, we learned many important lessons about how to create and conduct experiments. Many things went well and many things did not. But in the end, it was an important learning experience for all of us.
And that concludes our project.
Thanks for watching.